I'm Renee Knorr, model, creative director, founder of Global Women Wealth Warriors, Wellness Hub, and GW3 Magazine. I dedicated my life and devoted my career into helping women and girls to achieving their goals. I've been passionate about empowering women and enriching men. This opportunity in working with the Global Women Wealth Warriors have afforded me the pleasure of traveling outside of the country to be a support unit, most importantly, to help impact and change lives. Our ultimate purpose is to help others to become whole from finance, spiritual, mental, as well as physical. We know there are challenges and obstacles to get you to the next level. However, it's time for you to level up, boss up, and welcome to Power to Soar. Guys, you're here with the Breakfast with Champions, and not only we're grateful that you have joined you decided to be with us this morning. My goodness, we kick-started off everything at 5:30 a.m. with the man himself, Mr. Glenn Lundy, and now guess what? You have the opportunity of being here with Renee Knorr, and I wanted just you all to do this for me this morning. Can we all just put some hearts in the chat and place the names who have absolutely impacted you throughout the journey of being with the Breakfast with Champions, guys? Let's do that. I always think it's always it's always fascinating to just know. And I think also what that help us to do is just to keep on doing what we love doing in the first place, impacting and changing lives. Impacting and changing lives. And if you're down in the Curious Lounge or the Listening Lounge, we encourage you to come on up to the stage as well, because we want to hear your voice. Could you imagine us not being able to hear that beatbox, that human beatbox from Mr. Trevor? If he was down there in the Curious Lounge, he could have actually texted out, but it would not have made that impact the way it did this morning for Larissa. Guys, let's make sure we're sharing out the room. Whether you're on the Clubhouse or right there sharing it through Twitter, or even if you want to share it on Facebook. I am currently right now, I'm live on YouTube, and truly will encourage you guys to like the Global Women Wealth Warriors TV that's on YouTube. Well, our ultimate goal, guys, is to continue on providing you with content that could support you in your every your journey and your steps, just like here with the Breakfast with Champions. Everyone, please, definitely cannot forget the man himself, Mr. Glenn Lundy, who made all of these opportunities possible for us. And let's go ahead on and thank Miss Christina, alongside with Dora Maria, Mary Lynn, as well as Ramon Ray, because without those amazing humans, those superhumans, guys, they manage the process for us and they keep everything moving very very fluid. I'll use that word fluid. So if you're down in the Curious Lounge, come on up to the stage. If you can, share out the room. Currently, we have about 73 individuals in the space. And everybody, if you share out, ping in at least 5 more individuals, we're going to get down and dirty, as they would say. Because I always love doing my segments where we have interactions. That's right. Again, if you want to join me on live right there with Facebook, I am there as well. Not only am I excited to be here with you guys in this space and sharing some tips, we're going to talk to you guys about not only Winning Wednesday, but Wisdom Wednesday. That's right, Wisdom Wednesday. You know, every morning from 8 to 10, we usually do our Praying It Forward room. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to carry the theme right on into what we're talking about today. Wisdom Wednesday. If you were part of the Breakfast with Champions earlier this morning, guys, go ahead on and flash your mics. If you were part of the Breakfast with Champions earlier this morning, when you heard Mr. Glenn Lundy talking about being honest, you know, being truthful with ourselves. Go ahead and flash your mics, guys. Not only was he able to bring, I hear the mic flashing. Who was that right there? Pour into the conversation. What was some of your takeaways this morning from Mr. Glenn Lundy? Pour into the conversation. I heard a microphone flash. And I didn't hear a microphone flash. That's okay. We're going to keep it moving. And one of the things I love what Glenn was able to pour into us this morning is about being honest with ourselves. You know, what we realize with wisdom, that's one of the things that we appreciate, and we take that right along the way on our journey. You know, I'm so excited about being alive today, being able to bring about some information that I know for sure is going to get you thinking differently. Because you know why? Because that's what we do. We like to ignite. We like to definitely utilize our passion as well as our purpose in this journey. But we're going to add some secret ingredients to definitely have this opportunity for you all to be engaging in the conversation. You know, one of the things we're talking about when it comes down to wisdom, oh my goodness, you know, there's so many different principles to wisdom, but you know what we did this morning, we even took the time to even just go in to just follow up in regard to what does wisdom mean? And I'm going to open up the microphone because I want you guys to share with me, what do you think wisdom means? Your own meaning, your own interpretation of wisdom. Who would like to go first? Share with me, what does wisdom mean to you?
I got one for you.
Let's go, Trevor.
So wisdom to me is like learning through other people's mistakes instead of having to learn through your own mistakes, and you know, like touching the hot stove for yourself. Like you watch someone else burn their hand, and you're like, I'm not doing that, not today. So that's to me what wisdom is, and I find a lot of the older generation, they got a lot of that because they've made the mistakes. You know, they burnt their hand, and if you can learn through them, then you don't have to do it yourself. So that to me is wisdom.
I love that. Oh my goodness. You know, you were talking about not only the experiences, right? And you said the older generation. You know what, Trevor? I call them the seasoned millennials, okay? The seasoned millennials have not only laid down the blueprint, but they've also provided us with good ways of learning. Like you said, don't touch that stove. How many of all those mothers remember those first moments that we had to tap on our baby's hands before they hand touched that stove? So I love your experience as well as your share. Who else would like to pour into the conversation? What does wisdom mean to you? Take it away.
Good morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Getting understanding. Hey, so happy to hear your voice.
Yes. As happy to hear your voice as well. Take it away, Shantae.
Oh, I was saying, for me, it means getting understanding. I always go to the book of Proverbs whenever I think about the word wisdom, and the charge to, in all you're getting, get understanding. I think that is truly like the genesis or the core of wisdom, is getting understanding in all things.
Absolutely.
that's what wisdom is. So I yield my mic to you. Thank you much.
Oh my goodness. And I love your story. Everybody give some hearts up, not only for Trevor alongside with Miss Wells, but truly for Selena as well. You know, guys, it's just dead on. And you know, in our journey, you know, I love the fact that we're wiser now. We're actually wiser than what we were just 10 minutes ago since we started. Today is our winning Wednesday, and we love being intentional with what this area and what this space means for us. You know, when we think about wisdom, also, guys, it's all about understanding and the experiences of really life. Just about life, having that insight, right, guys? Not only that insight, but making those sound judgment calls. Because in life, we have to make some decisions. Whether it's going to be favorable or unfavorable, we know for sure we're going to have to make a decision. And with that wisdom, it comes with discernment. Can someone put that in the chat? Having discernment. And I love the fact that, you know, when we come in together, we are able to have those open and honest conversations. That's what Glenn asked of us to do. So we're going to start working on that, guys, because we know when it comes down to wisdom, it's all about personal growth as well as personal gain. Navigating in life, it's not always easy. It can have some complex moments. And, you know, when we are able to just embrace those times, sometimes I'll share with you guys what I usually do. I usually sit still. When life is just lifing all around me, what I've learned to do over the years, instead of reacting so quickly, I take a moment to breathe. Not only do I take a moment to breathe, I also take the opportunity of counting backwards 17 times. Yes, I do. And what that does, it not only gives me the ability to start thinking about it, allowing me to release that energy, pushing away the negativity, but also now being able to draw closer and nearer in regarding to the direction that I truly want to go into. Guys, not only has that helped me tremendously, guys, it keeps the grays away as well. It really does. And I want to share this with you guys. You know, in my journey of cultivating, having a company that travels around the globe, impacting the lives of so many. You know, last year we put it on our vision board, our dream board, to impact the lives of 1 million. And not only I would say that we've been able to accomplish that and then more, this year our ultimate goal was to impact 1 billion. Guys, every last one of us have some amazing skills. Everyone have also gifts. I would say you got the gifts first because you can always learn the skills. So using your gifts, now it's okay if some of us have maybe one or more gifts than the other. That's all right. And what I've been able to accomplish is not only being able to see people for who they are, but also being able to elevate them. And you know why? Because I've taken the time to utilize my life experiences as well as being able to use my voice to help change and make different decisions. And I want you all to think about yourself in your journey right today, in the moment that you're in. Chances are you have this big, audacious goal that's ahead of you. And you know you're going to have to make some tough decisions. I like what Glenn talked about. Sometimes in our journeys, we even have to fire some people. We have to let some people go. How many of you guys have actually fired someone? Flash your mic that was a dear friend to you, or even someone that was even a relative in your family. Flash your mic if I'm speaking to someone. Put 555s in the chat if you had to fire someone. Tarika said she had to fire someone. Tarika, how did that make you feel in firing that person? How did that make you feel? Especially tell us who the person was, if it's okay. Tarika?
I had to I fired my brother. I fired my oldest brother. How did it make me feel? It made me feel sad. It made me feel kind of disappointed. I guess not kind of disappointed. So yeah, just working through some things. Yeah, so I had to fire my oldest brother. I wasn't able to see my two nieces because of it, and it has trickled down throughout the family. Just because he decided that he did not like the way that my mom or my dad, and not really my dad or either my mom, but just the decision that he made that we weren't treating him in a way, that he thought that was respectable, or treating my sister-in-law respectable. And at the end of the day, your family comes first. And I mean, bloodline or not, I just think that you should take precaution and know that, like they say, you got to make sure that your grass is green. If your grass is green enough and you don't think that you have made any mistakes in life, then by all means, then you're perfect, then great. You should take precaution. But if you have looked in the mirror and your stuff and your shit ain't right, then, I mean, you have all rights to. So yeah, I fired my oldest brother.
I love it. Guys, let's put some fire emojis in the chat for her making that tough decision. Let's definitely put some fire emojis up in the chat, because not only did she make that tough decision, she realized in order for her to continue on with growing her business or even expanding, she had to let some things go. She literally had to use that wisdom, that inner strength to make that discernment. That discernment is what she did. Guys, not only is it tough, but guess what? If she would have kept her brother on, chances are she would definitely be reaping more of consequences on the other side. So sometimes we have to realize in our life journey, we got to let some things go. I had to make that decision as well. It wasn't my family member, but it was dear friend, a very dear friend of mine. And I knew she was not cutting it, guys. She just really wasn't making the sales. She wasn't even coming on time. And it was also a reflection on me and my leadership, because you see, people are always watching you. And when you are a leader, you want to make sure you're leading strong links, not links that's going to cause more of a damage, down the road. And so I had to let her go. And I did it with so much kindness, Tarika. Not only did I do it with kindness, I had a big smile on my face, not to be condescending, but you see, that allowed her to flourish in another area, because not everything is cut out for everyone. Remember, we talked about those gifts, and everybody have different gifts. So you got to sometimes identify what is your gift. Sometimes people just come for a job, right? And we know they don't even really want to be there. They just come for a paycheck because they just want to get paid. But it's always so much better when you find someone that have the gift, and not only the gift, but that they're so ready to be coachable as well as teachable. Oh my goodness, it could be life-changing. So Tarika, not only did you make the right decision, you know what? He'll get over it. I always say with time always have a way of mending things. And it's not so much as about our time, but it's about God's time. So I'm going to pray for you, Tarika, because I know for sure that relationship is going to be strong again. But thank you so very much for sharing. In wisdom, making those hard decisions. Remember Noah, alongside with Noah and the ark? Oh my goodness. Noah had to make a really tough decision. Remember, Noah could only take his family, and then he could only take a few of the animals. Everyone else had to be sacrificed. All the other animals had to be sacrificed. So I say this in your journeys today, as you're preparing for your legacy, you're building towards your legacy. What are some of the things that you know you're going to make sure you stay committed to, as well as that you're going to be able to flourish towards? Because now that you know more, I love Malika Starr's book, You Can Do Better. Now that you know more, you can do better. Muhammad Ali, he was one of the greatest. Come on now, put some 555s in the chat for Muhammad Ali. He was one of the greatest of all times, and he knew it. He told you that he was, and he lived up to it. Through his wisdom, see, he was able to do what? He was able to defend his component just by his words, through what he was saying. So I ask you today, how are you going to prepare yourself now that you're in a position of growth? That's what Winning Wednesday is about. Winning Wednesday is all about how am I growing? How am I scaling up? Not only personally, but also through my business. What are some areas do I need to be either revamped or even tweaked? Guys, if you know the name, my name is Renee, and I live up to my name. It's called reinventing, reborning. Sometimes you got to give yourself a new, you got to rebirth yourself as well. So, with your wisdom, guys, if there's some things that you've been doing in the past that's not cutting it for today, are you willing to let it go? Are you willing to let it go? I'm speaking to you, Miss Cassandra. Are you willing to let it go, Malika Starr? Are you willing to let it go in order for you to flourish into your greatness? Because, see, that's going to take, again, wisdom. It's going to take discernment. It's going to take being honest with yourself. Because just in your life, we go through 4 different seasons, right? 4 different seasons. And think about this also, guys. Even in our days, sometimes we can go through those 4 different seasons. And sometimes people are even seasonal. Sometimes you have individuals that you're literally wanting to hold on to, but you see their season has expired. And because their season have expired, you're still trying to hold on to something that's not holding on to you. I remember this movie. It was so cool. It was Julia Roberts. It's one of my favorite movies. Julia Roberts was literally the best man, or the best, I think that was the name of the movie, The Best Man or something like that. But she was so in love with her best friend. That's the movie, The Best Friend. And so her purpose, he told her he's getting engaged. He told her he was getting married. She's like, whoa, you're getting married? I didn't know anything about it. How are you going to get married? Because I really love you. But she never said the word, I love you. She just was holding on to something. But you see, with him, he knew he wanted love. She loved him, but she didn't even know how to express it. She really didn't. And so what her ultimate purpose was, he told her he was getting married. He invited her to the wedding. He even said, you have to be here because you're like my best friend. You're like my best man. But you're a woman, but I still love you. So what her ultimate purpose was, guys, to do what? To destroy that wedding. So he could see her for what she was. In the midst of it, he did see her for what she really was. He was still love her, but you know what, guys? The season that they had was gone. And I remember her friend, the gay guy. He's so cute. I love him. He asked her over the telephone, who's running? She was running. And literally he said, wait, who's running? What are you talking about? I'm chasing after him. And he asked, well, who is he chasing after? Well, he's chasing after his future bride. He said, well, who's chasing after you? She said, no one. Nobody is chasing after me. So that was a huge wake-up call for her. You see, sometimes in our life and in our journey, we have to realize not everything is meant to last forever. And so in our as we're preparing for our legacy, we need to make sure that we use good use of our time in order for us to seize the moment. Living in the moment, and not only living in the moment, but being able to elevate yourself during this time. I would love to hear from someone else in the clubhouse, if possible, in regarding to this subject matter, wisdom. We have time. Please pour into the conversation.
Good morning, Queen Renee.
Good morning, Miss Tina.
And good morning to everyone on the stage. I just wanted to say, I heard you said the importance of being still and taking the time to breathe. And what I gather from that is to actually do that. But what it also allows me to understand is that not to be so quick to give a response. It gives you time to not give a quick response, what can cause you to more than likely make a mistake. And, having that time to breathe and, like you said, count to 7 whatever process that calms you, implement. But it's just the wisdom behind that, because it gives you time to gather your thoughts, the wisdom from your creator on how to handle this, and then it allows you to implement what you really want to say to others. So definitely thank you for that valuable information.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what I want to share with you all as well, guys? Look at what we have here. Look at what we have with the Breakfast with Champions. You see, you don't have to do anything alone at all. What we realized during our season, we need people, but we need the right people, guys, the quality of people. And again, that's that word discernment. You have to have discernment in your journey. That's all about wisdom as well. And I'll share this with you guys. Some of the principles that have helped me along my journey, not only have I been able to take the time to meditate, but also I enjoy reading books that not only inspire me, but truly can connect my soul to what it is that I'm reading as well. Reading. If we start practicing a little bit more reading, I know this month Glenn Lundy rolled off another one of our books, and I'm sure Christina will put that in the chat as well. We're on a new book, and I forgot the title of the book. However, with the GW3 Global Society, we are doing our book, The Shift by Kim Walsh-Phillips. We had the opportunity of interviewing Kim Walsh-Phillips, and what a phenomenal woman she is. She's a mother, and also she knows how to have harmony with her work as well as her family and life. So we're going to be reading her book next week right here on the app. So much love, everything that she pours in. And I'll make sure you guys get the link of the live interview that we did as she was rolling out that incredible book, The Shift. That power shift, guys. We have to understand in life the time when we need to seize the moment, or sometimes we need to take it for what it is. Take the time to strategize, and maybe you need to pull some more people so therefore you can get the right type of information from. I love mentors. Flash your mics if you guys have mentors. Please flash your mics. Mentors, coaches, guys, if you don't have them, I cannot tell you the big mistake that you're making right now. Mentors and coaches, especially those who can provide you with their life experiences based upon where your journey is taking you, or where you want that journey to take you. And again, we talk about this. A lot of people struggle with having that identity, knowing who they are, knowing their purpose. Yesterday, we were able to talk about the fabulous book, the fabulous movie, The Lion King. Oh my goodness. And one of the one of the subject areas was, do you know who you are? If you don't know who you are, take the time to have that love for yourself. Take the time to get to know yourself. And remember what I said also, you may need to just really reconnect with your inner strength, your inner core. Finding mentors are truly those that can possibly help pull that out of you. Because remember how I started. Everyone have gifts. Some of us may have more gifts than others. I'm grateful to have the gift of being able to not only use my voice, been using my voice since I was 10, but I use my voice to bring about transformation in other people's lives, giving them the ability to use their inner strength and their power, being able to bring relationships together. Guys, I'm headed now to one of my favorite places in the world, and that's Dubai. I've had the opportunity to be presented with another chance to go and speak there. Again, using my gifts, using my voice. And I'm looking so forward to it. But not only am I going to be a keynote speaker in Dubai, guys, I'm going to be receiving an award on June 20th, 2023. In our journeys, you can clap, you can put some hearts up. Absolutely, absolutely. I love my life. And I love how I want to make sure you love your life as well. Wisdom. Know this. If you are longing for something so bad to happen where you got that burning desire, don't stop and don't give up. Maybe it's just not your season yet. You see, God has a perfect way of making sure he shines a spotlight on you. But you just have to keep doing the work. You have to trust the process and you have to believe in yourself. How many believers are here with the Breakfast with Champions? How many believers do we have on this stage right now? Do you believe in yourself? Where are my believers at? We do have our believers. I love it. I love it. Well, guys, I needed to hear that because now, guys, you know what all these believers are going to do right here in the Breakfast with Champions? We're going to welcome the man himself, Mr. Trevor Houston. And I just want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity of pouring into you this morning. I always want to call it afternoon, but this morning. So can everyone in the Breakfast with Champions open up the mic and welcome the man himself, Mr. Trevor Houston? Woo, 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 woo. Thank you so much. It's been an honor being here with you guys this morning, and continue on believing in yourself, trusting the process. You are your biggest asset in the world, so don't give up on you. This is your season. Thank you.